welcome back. As you can see, I am currently in the car. We're going to call this Road Trip Chronicles. I am heading to Omaha to hang out with one of my friends for the day. Hopefully there's not a lot of feedback on this because of, just driving and whatever. But yeah, I wanted to come in and give you guys some updates. It's been a while since I've loaded a video. It's been a very crazy time, as you will soon find out here in this video. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, if you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? Why are we even here? What is happening? Go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, all of those good things, so that you are fully aware when there's a video uploaded, when I do updates, those kind of things, so that you can stay in the loop about what's going on in my life. And also share this video. Don't be stingy. Send it to some friends, anyone who likes beauty, lifestyle type of videos, send it on over. So jumping right into the updates, if you follow me on any of my other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, I started a healthy weight management journey back on April 28th and was posting quite frequently updates. I also did a update video here on YouTube, and I will link that down below and in the eye for that program. I was not only a client of that program, but I was also a coach for that program because I was seeing results pretty immediately. And so I thought, why not help others to get in the same mindset and have the same victories and things like that. Well, I was doing really, really good on the program, but the program is quite expensive. It's $400 a month. Granted, you get 30 days worth of bars and shakes that are all protein packed and things like that, and then you're responsible for one meal. But I really wanted to get a house, so that's really my main focus here in the next year or so. And just that $400 a month was not helping me achieve that goal. And my coaching part was just not taking off like I had anticipated it to take off. I really hope there's not any feedback that's coming through. I'm really sorry if there is. And so I decided to step out of that program. On that program, I did lose 28 pounds. And I did 2 months, so I did May and June-ish. And I say ish because the box, because of everything that's gone on with Rona, everything is, backed up. Chick-fil-A is out of sauces and, just stuff like that, right? And so they were having a hard time keeping up with the orders. The program was growing really well, things like that. But there would be about a 2-week lag between you finishing your first box and then getting your next box. So then the 2-week lag, it kind of became discouraging because it's okay, I've lost this weight that I have in the first month, and then now I'm waiting 2 weeks and I'm not going to see really anything. Then you got to go back through detox, which detox is a pain in the butt, not one of my favorite things at all. And so I just kind of took all that in prayer and really needed to decide what I wanted to do with that program, and I ended up quitting that program. I still am losing weight. I have used the tools that I grasped from that program, putting something in my mouth every 2 to 3 hours, eating 6 times a day, having one quote-unquote big meal, 64 ounces of water. The program also comes with books, and so I have been in the books, and those are really helpful because it's got a psychological side to it to understand your relationship with food, and that is cool. So I did that program. Again, I lost 28 pounds on that program. I started at 272, so when I got off, I can't do math this early in the morning. It's 7 o'clock. I've been on the road for about an hour and a half. We're not doing math today, okay? And so, yeah. So one thing with the program is that I needed to market myself because I was a coach. I needed to get out there. I needed to get clients. It is an MLM type of business, so of course I would have gotten some commission things like that from any clients that I would have taken on to help with their health journey. And I did end up getting a few clients, a couple of people that I knew, but it still just was not going the way that I had anticipated for it to go. So I ended up, again, getting off of that program. I also ended up meeting some new people, which is really, really awesome. I am an extrovert. I love people. Of course, one of them was of the opposite sex. So I met a guy. I talked to this guy for about 30 days. Like, it was in and out 30 days. We had never met in person. And really that was just God's blessing, because there were a lot of red flags that I chose to ignore. I was losing weight. I was feeling really good about myself, and just ignored the red signs. Like, there's no other way to put it. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm grown. I know when I see a red flag and when I choose to ignore it. And so, again, in and out, 30 days, never met the guy, lived in my town, but we still never ended up catching up, things like that. And cool, like, whatever. When we stopped talking, it kind of took me off guard for a little bit, because I was kind of excited about the situation. It had been a long time since I had dated anyone, and so I was like, hey, what could this be, So this person was legally separated, which is kind of a red flag for me, because I typically am not into you guys who are still, like, in that type of situation. I also ended up befriending a female. We had a lot of makeup interests in common, and so we ended up becoming friends for really just a few short weeks. I'm sorry, this is so crooked. There we go. That's probably better. I'm so sorry if that's been crooked this whole time, because my eyes were on the road. So anyway, so yeah, I ended up befriending a female for a couple of weeks, really, because we met on Facebook. She liked my YouTube videos. We hung out once, cleaned out some makeup, things like that. And our friendship ended because I had found out some information. And I'm not going to go into the details of that information, because it also includes someone that I really care about, and told her that information, and she didn't like that information. And so we are no longer friends. The information is definitely something that, at least for me, I would want to know so that I can make the best decision about my life. But maybe not everyone wants to know certain things, and that's perfectly fine. I wish her the best. I hope that she's doing well, but it kind of sucks that when you have integrity and you tell people things that even they may not necessarily want to know, that they would stop being your friend because you brought some news that they may not want to know. And I'm not that fair weather kind of friend. Like, whether you want to know it or not, I'm going to tell you the truth. This is what's going on, and then you make the best decision. I'm going to love you regardless of what you choose to do, but I am not going to co-sign on foolishness. That's not what I'm about. I've taken some time off. Like, after I stopped the program, I have taken some time off, so this is kind of like an update video, like where I've been, what I've been doing. I have enrolled in school. I am in what's called University Plus, also known as Everyday Seminary, from a pastor that I follow and really like, Darius Daniels with Change Church. I felt like I didn't know the Bible the way that I wanted to. And I'm still learning. I'm not saying that as someone who has it all figured out, but I have carried a lot of what other people have said and misquoted verses, and, trusting people instead of trusting the word. And I want to get better about that. I want to make some changes. I want to know specifically what God says about God and what God says about me. And so I decided to enroll in this school. It's online. They are out of Pittsburgh, I believe, Pennsylvania, I think. But it's online, so I don't really know for sure. And have really been enjoying it. There has been a lot that I've learned. I'm really enjoying it. I love Darius Daniels. I watch him every Sunday morning before I go to my local church, and it's always life-giving. So I picked up a second job. It is in the makeup field. I won't be saying where because I don't want people to feel that my opinions are suddenly biased because I work for this specific company. I'm going to be real with you. Drugstore, high-end, got it from cousin Ray out the back of his truck. Like, whatever it is, if it's good, it's good, and if it's bad, it's bad. So be sure to like stay tuned because I've got some updates on some things that I have tried recently that I have really been enjoying, and you definitely don't want to miss any of that stuff. And then also I still run a singles ministry, so I have been doing that for about a year and a half at this point. Right now it's the middle of September when I'm filming this, and we are on sabbatical. I'm taking a month off. We did 3 out of 4 Saturdays, and I really just needed a rest. And that's something that I'm really working on, is like listening to my body. And when my body's like, nope, you need to like take a break, I'm like, I need to listen to that. So I'm really working on doing that more than I have before. Like, what do I need? You know, like, what is it that I need to allow myself to do? And one of those things is rest. And active rest, like not be watching TV and be on my phone, because I'm really good at doing that, and I need to not like do things like that. As I mentioned earlier, I still am implementing the tools that I've used from Optavia in my life. I will put my weight as of this morning on here and a couple of pictures. So I believe, again, I'm driving, so I can't really remember or like look at the pictures. I believe I'm at 233 and some change at this point. So I'm almost 40 pounds down, which is beautiful. I totally feel it, and notice it in my clothes. I am now in a size extra large. When I started the program, I was a 3X or so, and now I'm about a 14, 16 women's. Which is a huge deal for me. Like, 14 women's are a little snug, but they're not unbearable, you know? Like, I can totally get into them, I can wear them, I can button them, I can sit in them, all of those kind of things. So I'm sorry if the angle keeps changing. I keep having to make sure that I'm not missing my exits and things like that. So where was I? So yes, I have lost 40 pounds down to a 14 women's. I feel great. I have found a way to be able to eat foods that I still love, you know, and like really like real food. The program had real food, but there's such a difference between, you know, going to the grocery store and then ordering a box of like protein bars and things like that. So 5 of my meals a day are high protein, low calorie, like snacks. So it'll be like Jell-O and a string cheese, or some raisins, or I can have an apple or a half an apple with peanut butter, natural peanut butter, not Jiffy, you know, not stuff like that. I do try and keep my sugar low and my carbs low. I am a type of girl who could totally live off of like burgers, fries, pizza. Sushi is definitely one of them. Those are my foods. So being on the program and giving that all up was really challenging for a couple of months. I was really proud of the progress that I made, knowing that I could do it, but I needed to find something that was much more sustainable for me, and I have found that balance. And so I do eat burgers. I eat the leanest meat in regards to the hamburger that I can find in the store, and then I've gotten some keto buns, for instance. I have had a little bit of pasta, nothing crazy by any means. I do eat bread. I have switched to whole wheat bread opposed to, you know, whatever's on sale. And I've limited that down to once a day. I eat half of an English muffin, of course, whole wheat as well. So yeah, there's a lot of like whole wheat or whole grain things that I eat now that I did not eat before, and I still am losing weight. I also eat more vegetables and fruits. Sometimes I hide those vegetables in like things like cheese or in a cauliflower crust pizza. I make my own cauliflower crust pizza. I don't buy it. And so making it is just a little bit healthier, and that it just really works for me. Now there are times where I want pizza. I have had Papa John's, which is like my favorite pizza place. but I've only had that once since April 28th. And I had 2 pieces, and that was good. And then I had a store-bought pizza once from like Walmart or something, as well. So I'm just very aware of what I'm putting in my mouth at this point. Last week, my time, this would probably take a couple weeks for me to edit and get up, I had like a whole cheat week because I had tons of celebrations going on, birthdays, weddings, started my second job, like we officially opened, things like that. And I ate a lot of things that would be considered unhealthy, cakes and, just stuff like that. I did gain back 5 pounds, but I've already lost that. So I'm really just proud of myself and what I've accomplished and where I'm at, knowing that I can do it. I don't think that it has to be an all or nothing type of thing for people. I do think that people just need to figure out where their boundaries lie. Like, if ice cream is an issue for you, don't buy ice cream. Don't put it in your house. Like, don't do it, because then you'll be more apt to just be over in the corner somewhere and eating your tub of ice cream. So I don't have like any sweets in my house. I've bought 1 bag of chips since April 28th, and that was last week when I was on my cheat week, and ate about half of the bag almost in one sitting, and then threw the bag away because I was like, I'm not about to do this. I was just mindlessly eating, and so I was like, no, we're not about to do this at all. These folks in Omaha cannot drive right now, don't know what's going on. So yeah, that's where we're at with the program. I would recommend the program if you are totally ready to take that jump. It is very much all or nothing type of program. And then when you decide that you no longer wish to be on the program, you do lose access to the things like the coaches, the weekly calls, the assistance, the encouragement that the program offers. You still get to keep the books that you have paid for, because those will come in like your first box. So you'll still get to keep those, and you can continue to read those and things like that. I also would recommend it if psychology is something that you're into and you want to dive into the psychological aspect of why you feel the way that you do about food. Also, if you can afford it, $400 is a lot, and not everyone can afford something like that. So if you can afford that, totally go for it. If you need to see small wins like immediately, totally go for it. It's definitely something that you will see like overnight successes from day one, like genuinely from day one. Sorry, I had to figure out where I was going. There are a lot of options out there for you. This is just one of them. This is the one that I chose to help start my health journey. I don't regret it by any means. I'm glad that I lost the weight that I did and that I got the tools that I needed. I just needed to find a better balance for myself. And I'm very glad that I did. I love where I'm at. I love what I'm doing. I'm busy as crap, but overall in life, but I enjoy all of it. Absolutely enjoy all of it. So I'm going to be... Sorry, I've been in the car for quite some time, and I really need to potty, which doesn't help at all either. So let's see if we can find a restroom. Totally lost my train of thought. So, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to try and get back to uploading once a week. I can't promise that just with working 2 jobs, but I definitely want to do that. I also want to become more active on Instagram and Facebook. I don't know a lot about them. I'm a little behind on the curve, but hey, better late than never. And so yeah, if you are not plugged into any of my other social media outlets, definitely do so. I will leave the information down below so that you can get all... I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. My brain is full of pee. So, all in touch with me. Like, just, come be my friend. Let's hang out. Let's have some good times. Talk makeup, skincare, health, you know, all of those kind of things. I do want to get into vlogging more. I don't know that will happen as soon as I'd like for it to happen. This video is not happening as quick as I had liked for it to happen, but better late than never. Here we are. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Don't forget to like, share, comment down below. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.